Known for its incredible nature and biodiversity, Sri Lanka is a breathtaking destination to visit. This is Katie from Creative Travel Guide, and today we share the things to know before you go to Sri Lanka. Looking for more travel tips? Make sure to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. So firstly, let's look at the best time to visit. When planning your trip to Sri Lanka, choosing the best time really does depend on where you are planning to visit. The best time to visit Sri Lanka is generally between November to April, when the weather is at its best, especially in the south and west of the country. You can enjoy wildlife watching all year round, so as long as you don't mind the rain, visiting at any time of the year is fine. December to April is high season, so expect the country to be at its busiest, while September to October and April itself are the shoulder seasons, an ideal time to visit to beat the crowds and get lower prices. Monsoon season in the southwestern region of Sri Lanka is from May to November, whilst the north and east coast region sees rain from October to January. So now let's look at getting there. The best way to travel into Sri Lanka is by flying into the international airport just north of Colombo. There are only 5 international airports in Sri Lanka at the moment, and the airport near Colombo offers the best flight options for most destinations in the world. You can catch direct flights from cities in Europe, Asia, and Australia. So once you are in Sri Lanka, there are a few ways that you can get around. Firstly, you could choose to catch the train, ideal for those travelling across the country. The rail network is comprehensive, connecting you to plenty of popular destinations, and is a much more enjoyable journey compared to the bus. That being said, buses can often be the fastest option depending on the route, and prices are comparable with the train. You could also choose to hire a car and driver to get around for a convenient way to see the island, or you could choose to take the domestic flights available, especially if you are travelling to or from Colombo. So now let's look at typical prices. Sri Lanka is an affordable place to visit with plenty of budget-friendly options to choose from. Prices vary depending on location, but generally, hostel dorm beds begin at 2,000 Sri Lankan rupee, and budget private rooms can be found from around 5,000. Mid-range rooms in the cities can be found from around 15,000, whilst luxury options range from 20,000 to 70,000 depending on the location. You can easily stick to a budget when it comes to food in Sri Lanka. Dish prices vary depending on location, quality, and whether it is a street vendor or not, but expect curries to begin at around 400 rupees, roti to begin around 200, and hoppers, which are great breakfast options, to be found for under 150. So there are plenty of ways that you can visit Sri Lanka on a budget. In fact, we shared a whole video about ways to save money in Sri Lanka. Firstly, visiting in the off-season and staying in hostels will save you money on accommodation, but also use the public transportation options and tuk-tuks to get around. Eat local meals to save money on food, and use the street vendors for the cheapest options. Book flights in advance for the best prices, and compare flights that stop via India. These can often work out cheaper when travelling from Europe. Enjoy the free and cheaper things to do in each destination, and book day trips using Get Your Guide for affordable, easy travel options. We'll leave some of our favourite tours in the description below. So now let's look at some of the best things to do. Sri Lanka has plenty to offer all types of visitors. Firstly, visit the ancient ruins, with the Dambula Cave Temple and the Sigiriya Rock being the most popular. Spend time visiting Nuwara, the original royal capital, but also visit the tea estates in the country too. Make sure to visit the country's national parks, full of fascinating wildlife. Yala National Park is an impressive option, as is Horton Plains National Park and Bundala National Park. Take the rail route to Ella for a scenic ride, and whilst in the area, trek up Adams Peak or head up to Ella Rock for a breathtaking viewpoint. After all of that exploring, make sure to spend some time relaxing on one of the many beaches that the island has to offer. Watch this video to find out how to save money in Sri Lanka. Then, to find out the cheapest destinations in Asia, watch this video. We hope you have an incredible time in Sri Lanka and stay creative.